welcome. Oh,
Hey.
welcome everyone. The Present Show is again here. It's Monday as usual. It's 10:15 for somebody, is 4:15 for somebody else, and it's 3:15 for Michelle actually. That is that she is our guest of today. Michelle, welcome. Welcome to
Thank you, Lele. Thank you very much. It's fantastic to be here with you and Mindful Pat.
So before starting, a little bit of housekeeping. So one thing, Michelle is the first guest of the year, right?
Mm.
And interesting thing is that I was telling to Pat is what is the present show for you? What should be? It's something that you can watch to do practice because we have a mindful minute every at the end of every show. It's something for you to learn about mindfulness, what it is from many more people. Also, who it doesn't like mindfulness, also to learn a different attack against the mindful practitioner. I don't know, but it's an opportunity for you to learn something about this topic, certainly. And you don't learn it from gurus or from somebody like you can see on YouTube or you can see on when you can read a book, but you learn from people. We bring our own experience by practicing, and this is the present show about. And Pat, right? Or anything else you want to share, like our value proposition?
We're all wearing blue today.
Look at
We
that.
are
Well
unbelievable.
trained.
Well trained.
Oh,
So,
that's the power of mindfulness, is being aware not only of yourself but of each other. And we bring that sense of community. We bring different people from around the world. We share our insights, different concepts that we have. We verbalize it, and we have comments, and we build on the feedback. So it's a dynamic, growing show, and we welcome everyone to it. And I'm very happy to have Michelle today, and can't wait to hear about her story.
from which part of the world are you contacting us, Michelle?
I'm far away in sunny UK.
In the sunny UK.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. At the moment, the sun is shining, which is
Oh,
fantastic.
nice.
So tell us, take us through your personal journey with mindfulness.
Mm,
What did you met it, and what is your practice or how you're doing during the days? What it means.
sure. Thank you. Yeah. So, my journey with mindfulness. In fact, my husband had bought the mindfulness book. Can't remember which one. And it had a CD in it, and I can still remember vividly him lying on the lounge floor, calm, listening, focused, and I'm saying, you should join, I'm meditating. It's amazing for, your calms your brain. And I was like, sure, that's fantastic. Um, and meditate, that conjures up so many different thoughts or ideas of what meditation is. And really, it's for me, it's just about focusing your mind. Anyway, that time period went past, and in IBM we have a mindfulness community that was growing, and we were getting more people to come into the community. And we had one of the first virtual sessions a couple of years ago, where people around the world, a bit like here, but like we're doing, but internally, where people who had the option to join in. And I joined one of these calls, and like most people, doing my emails, because we're all so busy, right? But I thought, oh, it's half an hour, I can listen and do my emails. I'm curious. I'm always curious.
Last time you ever did that, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know what it was, but I just suddenly thought, this is 15 minutes of your day. You can give 15 minutes to yourself, Michelle. And so I tried to stop looking at emails. I have to say, I had to put a blank screen, so I couldn't see anything. And I just started listening. And in that session, I think it probably was the first session, we had some poetry in that, but there was that 1 minute, of a mindful minute. And for me, I've never been able to still my brain. My husband will put his head on his pillow and go fast asleep immediately. And I would lie there for like an hour going, how does that happen? That's ridiculous. And so this mindful minute, I tried it. It was difficult, and I did it, and I just thought, wow, it's not that I've cleared my brain or anything, but I've actually just focused for one moment. And so that got me hooked. And after that, I was becoming far more aware, and you're aware of how much is going on in your head all the time. I'm sure I'm not alone, where you've got this constant stories adding into everything else that's going on. And it's just being able to stop and pause for a moment and go, I'm not listening to that, or just take me back to where I am now and forget about those conversations that want to go on endlessly. So yeah, that's it in a bit of a nutshell. I got a couple of other things that I use during the day that have made a big difference for me as well.
And what are some of those things that
Mm.
you're using on a daily basis?
Yeah, so the one that makes the most difference to me, and anyone who knows me quite well will probably laugh, but it's when I wake up in the morning. I'm definitely not a morning person. I'm
Mhm.
happy. Midnight's great, as much as I'm trying to improve on that. But waking up in the morning, I uh,
It's a hard challenge.
absolutely, it's a challenge. And if the sun is shining, it makes it a lot better. But I just pause for a moment, and look out the window. Is the sun shining? That's great. That's my good intention for the day. I feel I can carry on. And if it's gray and raining, I know it doesn't happen often in the UK, right? But on those odd occasions, um, sometimes I just keep my eyes closed for a bit longer. Um, and just try and think of something positive.
Mhm.
Whether it's my dogs, lying next to on the bed, who's saying, "Come on, get up and go," um, or just something that's positive to carry on the day. And that sense, that intention, right at that moment from when you wake up, has made a big difference for me. It certainly feels like my day is a happier day, and I think I'd rather have that um, than feeling grumpy.
And it's key that that morning is the momentum that will start the rest of your day.
Mm.
And it's a great time to practice being aware, practice mindfulness, because you go from a dream where it's like a very concentrated thought, or you go from nothing and then you're awake and you could observe how much your thoughts are going, right? Should I sleep longer? Should I click the alarm? Oh, I have this meeting. Oh, I have to see that client. Oh, I have to do that. Maybe I could sleep 5 more minutes. Da, da, da. My dog needs to go. And it's racing like crazy. But if you could take that moment, like you're saying, to think about what you're grateful, or notice the weather, or take a few breaths, then it really will kick off your day to a nice start.
So would you do it while you're still lying down on the mattress, or you would stand up, sit down, or how would you do that, Pat?
Uh, Usually I'll just do it while I'm still laying down.
Mm.
I could click the alarm and then I'll still do it. But there's a lot of people that will get up and then do a morning practice. They'll go use the restroom first. Maybe they'll make themselves some tea or some coffee. Then they'll do a sitting or a standing meditation or moving meditation. But it's really up to you. And there's a variety of different things you can practice and do.
Mm.
For a while, what I did and I recommend for everyone to do is, Michelle gave me the idea what you're grateful for. I would take like a sticky note or a piece of paper or whatever paper I had lying around, because there's always paper lying around. I wrote a name of someone in my life, family or friend, and
Mhm.
started writing why I was grateful for that person. And then I took a picture of it and I sent it to them. And it just made people's days and people were very grateful. So that's a nice little activity you could do. Take a few minutes of your morning.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
But I mean, one person per day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
You could do more people per day.
No, of course, but it's then it becomes that's actually the problem generally, that if you do it once, right, then it's good. Then if you do it twice, then it's good. The third time you do it, that person says, yeah, okay, Pat, please, right? What
Yeah.
do you need money?
Oh, it's Pat
Should they
again.
pay you?
It's
So
mindful Pat.
that's the interesting thing of also the good things, that when they come too often, right, that's where the mindfulness, maybe, to understand also the purpose is positive. So but do it once, and thinking about someone from if it's the right timing, it's good. It gives a lot of positivity.
it's also like Michelle was saying, like everyone has 15 minutes, right? Or even less. A lot of times people think when I need to start a new activity or practicing mindfulness, I need to devote an hour or 2 hours, or I need to stop everything and do that. No, it's just little tiny
Yeah,
steps that you can do, a few minutes.
I agree with that. That's for me. I think people always go, "Oh, mindfulness, right? I need to set set a place to do," and that's fine if that's something that you want to do. But you can really just start, in that 1 minute. Is not even 1 minute when you wake up in the morning. The sun's shining. It's great to be alive. My eyes are open, um, and just little things like that through the day. If it's a personal choice. If you want to sit for half an hour and meditate or be aware, that's for you personally. I think it's whatever works for the individual. There's no set definition of mindfulness. I think it's a real personal thing, and it also brings benefits to yourself, and I think benefit to those around you as you gain more awareness of what's going on in your head, and also what's going on with those you interact with.
And what do you think? Would it substitute relax activities? So if I need to find my day, right? For example, let's say in the evening I'm watching a series, video series, or I'm reading books. Would it mindfulness be satisfying either the same thing? So we can tell instead of reading your book in the evening, just do a 10 minutes of meditation, or to just try to be mindful, or is it anything else? I don't know. I'm just asking. So I feel ignorant in that case.
Michelle, any thoughts?
Well, it can be a bit of everything, right? Is that reading your book, is that a form of mindfulness, because you are just concentrating just on that one thing? I do think there is benefit to just sitting quietly, or even just for a minute, being aware of your breath, even your posture. She says changing how she's sitting right now. Um, and so I would still say, even if it's that minute, give yourself 1 minute for yourself, not doing anything. But it is a form of relaxation, right, as well.
Yeah, I guess what constitutes your definition of relaxation? Because if you're reading a book, then you'll be focusing on something. If you're getting a massage, then you'll probably be focusing on the pressure and things like that. But I think mindfulness is that one step further where if you're reading the book, and I think we talked about this on the last show, Lele, if you're watching a movie, you become aware of yourself watching the movie. So it's not just you lost in the book or lost in the massage or the movie, but you take that step back and you could observe yourself watching the movie or doing the relaxation. And if you're not doing anything and you're just there sitting, standing, or laying down in those thoughts, then it's more easy to be aware of your thoughts. And through that, you could become more relaxed because you then become more aware of how your thoughts will create the stress, and which takes you away from the relaxation.
So basically we say that it's not a substitution of your normal relaxed time, but is doing your favorite relaxed activities more mindfully by seeing yourself doing it and observing what is around you and focusing and everything that is. So in this case, you're not only getting what you like to do, but you're also mindful about doing it. You are not lost in the flow, but you are aware, and that's the difference.
You'll appreciate it a lot more too.
Yeah.
A lot of times we'll go through a series like that, we'll go through a book like that, but if you could become aware of the preciousness, if that's even a word, of the moment, right? Of how this will pass, and then you'll have another moment, and you'll want to experience it more fully. So I think mindfulness will allow you to enjoy every aspect of your life a lot more.
Including your office meetings, I would say. Yeah?
Especially your office meetings.
Michelle?
But yeah, Lele, you're saying, it's your relaxation, you're watching a video series, reading a book. You're doing those as a form of relaxation, is also a form of getting enjoyment, right? It's something that you enjoy. And I think with mindfulness, it grows your joyfulness. Is that a word? But, you're much more joyful because I think you're much more aware of what is going on. So your mindfulness is giving you that joy that you're looking for via your book, your video, your relaxation. I found that, I love nature. And I guess I've always had an element of paying attention to it, but it's just noticing those small little things, like the first winter flower that came out, or the beautiful sky, or a beautiful oak tree against a blue sky. It just lifts your spirit. Well, it lifts mine anyway.
Who takes us to the mindful practice of today? It's time for it. Michelle, would you like to take
I
us
was going to
to
say it must be a mindfulPat minute, right?
or a mindfulPat minute?
I'm the backup, the disaster recovery plan. So in case it doesn't work out.
So we move to the disaster recovery.
Sure. Okay, so I'll try to combine it with, I guess, some of the things we talked about in the show. So let's just take a step back to get into a comfortable position, a place where you can afford to close your eyes or concentrate on a certain point for a minute. And just start bringing your attention to your breath. You could take a few deep inhales, exhales, or you can just become aware of the flow that you naturally have. Bring your attention to the feeling, the sounds, the room, something maybe that you weren't paying attention to before. And think of something that you're grateful for. Something that makes you happy and joyful. And again, take another breath. Bring your attention to your breath. Notice how you're feeling and become aware of something in the room that you're in or in the place you're at. And coming back to the call, opening up your eyes. Short minute.
But with a smile in between.
Fantastic minute. Thank you.
Thank you.
So with this, I would say we close the present show of today. Thank you so much, Michelle, for being here.
Thank you, Michelle. Thanks,
and
Lele.
to share.
Thank you.
Thank you, mindfulPat, for taking us through our mindful minute and also the whole show. Have fun, guys. Until next time, don't forget to be mindful. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the present show YouTube channel, please do it. And if you don't want to listen to us on the desktop or in the office, you can also get on iTunes and find us in the podcast format, because we are also there. So bye and see you next week. Ciao.
Bye. Thanks, Lele.